Stand by on that. Stand by. Let's just show it.
Phew! Phew! That was such a bad penalty, by the way. That was terrible. Hello, Red Dome family. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see the title, we're going to be talking about a footballer called Megan Rapinoe. And quite frankly, I think she's out of mind. I think she done lost the plot. And the reason I think so is because she's a very good footballer. She's world class. Legendary, in fact. She's won 2 World Cups consecutively and she's the captain. But she's quote unquote woke. And you know what that means. First of all, the name woke was stolen from being awake. And what did I say about the controllers? They take everything that is good and they flip it and make it, terrible. So this footballer made millions from football, playing with other women, but she wants your daughters to play against men. Does that make sense? And we have women supporting her, feminists supporting her. Apparently she's a feminist herself. Anyways, let's get into the video.
I couldn't care less about the loss. Couldn't care less. I hope that they took a lesson from losing that we all want our kids to learn when things go down, which is be introspective, figure out how it happened. And in this case, they didn't have their eye on the ball. They had their eye on their woke activism, which has been this way for a while, but Megan Rapinoe and her imprint on the team has now really made its mark. And I'm thrilled she's gone. I feel like there's a future now for this team potentially without this woman at the helm. But how do you see it as a guy who is immersed in sports for a living?
Thanks for having me on, Megan. Look, I was with my family in 2015 in Vancouver when the U.S. women's team beat Japan to win the World Cup. And in 2015, all of America loved these U.S. women. Most of them were relatively anonymous at that time. They were incredibly likable. They were completely without partisanship. And certainly they hadn't gone overboard with the woke agenda. And then, Megan, something crazy happened. Donald Trump got elected. And I feel like people need to remember this. Trump offered for the U.S. women, when they won their title in France in 2019, to come to the White House and be celebrated, as is commonplace with champion sports teams. And the U.S. women turned their back on that offer. And from that point forward, they allowed, I think, the woke instincts of Megan Rapinoe to direct every decision they made. They became polarizing. They became, frankly, quite unlikable. And ultimately, that led to, and I think this is important, the single worst performance by the U.S. Women's World Cup team ever. And yet, Joe Biden puts out a tweet praising them, talking about how beloved they are and how proud of him, how proud of them he was. And to me, Megan, when you look at Rapinoe and the way that she shanked that penalty kick, it went to the far right, ironically. But her reaction, where she's smiling and kind of laughing, to me it epitomized the way the U.S. women played this entire World Cup. They were awful.
Stand by on that. Stand by. Let's just show it.
Phew! Phew! That was such a bad penalty, by the way. That was terrible.
U.S. women played this entire World Cup. They were awful.
Stand by on that. Stand by. Let's just show it.
Phew.
There she goes.
Equal pay. Equal pay. Really? Equal pay. This is the same team that got whooped by under 14 boys from some local county or something. And they want equal pay as the men. Where's the money going to come from? Where's the money going to come from? And we have a lot of women saying, yes, equal pay, equal pay. You can't even name 2 footballers. You can't even name 2 women footballers. Come on, make it make sense, please.
Ice is so effective that it can be a better alternative than Botox. However, ice cubes can be a bit hard to...
Didn't come anywhere close. She puts her head down. It's a weird, I'll give her a pass on the smile. I'm sure she wasn't happy about it. I don't know what went on there, but her overall behavior is really the issue. Keep going.
Yeah, and what it ultimately came to represent is this team performed woefully, and they performed like a group of individuals. And unfortunately, I think that's what the culture was that was created in the space between 2015 when they won that first World Cup, 2019 when they repeated, and then this, again, they scored one goal, Megan, in the final 3 games that they played in the World Cup. They were atrocious. They did not live up to their individual talents. They were the overall favorite, expected to win for a third straight year. And remember, they were very fortunate to even make the knockout stage. And so as a result, I saw it, I'm sure you did, the Outkick audience as a group said, we put up a poll, are you rooting for the U.S. women? You have to be really unlikable for United States sports fans to decide that they aren't rooting for the United States to win, and yet that is what the Megan Rapinoe-led U.S. women's soccer team managed to create. Now, to be fair, Megan, it's not everybody on the soccer team, right? There are a lot of people on the soccer team who disagree with
Okay,
Megan
but let me just
Rapinoe.
say this. It's not everybody on the soccer team, but now we've watched them game after game, and at most, Clay, what I see is from the ones who are like phoning it in, maybe a couple put their hand over their heart, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, Sam. There is not a one who is actually singing and who looks proud to be there.
So why are you
Not
playing for them?
One.
So why are you playing for the team?
So get off. Get out of there. You know how many young girls would give anything to represent the United States of America on the world stage in this fashion, and would be thrilled to say that they're American and they're representing our values. Screw these girls for not even phoning it in. Though even the ones who are like kind of trying are embarrassed. I'm embarrassed of them.
Yeah, look, and I think tying this in with the book, Megan, this is what Democrat politics leads to. I really do believe this, because this is a belief. Why are the U.S. women behaving in this way? Because they don't believe in American exceptionalism, because they aren't proud of the country they live in.
If we cared about that, we'd have you run for office. Go ahead, become, be Vivek Ramaswamy. Run for office as a private citizen. Get your name on the world stage and say what you believe. That's fine. On the soccer field, shut up. But here's Megan
Focus on football, man.
Rapinoe talking about how she sees the
It's
whole
not
loss
soccer,
and
it's
her place
football.
in it after the big L the other day. Saw it too.
I thought we played really well. I'm so happy for us.
You see, there's the pandering, man. That is so woke, isn't it? That is typical wokeness. Pandering. Oh, we did so amazing. Be honest. If it's men footballers, for example, yeah, well, some of them might be cool these days, but they'll just straight up. They'd be like, "We're really terrible. We are better than this." But oh, we're so amazing. We played good. You played terrible. It's okay.
That we went out like that, playing the way that we did. I mean, this is like a sick joke. For me personally, I'm just like, this is dark comedy. I missed a penalty.
But when you reflect on the impact you've made on this team, is there a memory that stands out to you right now in this moment?
Probably equal pay chance. I think this team has always fought for so
That's a
much
joke.
more, and
That's a
that's
joke.
been the most
Equal
rewarding
pay?
part for me. To know
With
that
that
we've
performance against other
used our
women,
really special talent
equal pay.
to do something, that's really like changed the world forever. I think that means the most to me.
It's been an honor for her. She goes on about how, this is the team has come to mean so much more, right? Like they've been focused on so much more than just winning World Cups, obviously. And it would be nice if we could just get back to the day and age where they focused on the sporting event.
Yeah. Look, this has been my argument for a long time, Megan, that when you decide to share your political opinions, you become divisive, right? And that's fine if you're in the business of sharing your political opinions, like you or I might be, or like other people out there who are in media. But if you're in the business of trying to appeal to the entire country, you shouldn't do this. And look, Megan Rapinoe also said that she was most proud of equal pay. And let me just talk about this for a sec, because I think it's important. I wish if the U.S. women wanted to be political, Megan, they could have gotten on the global stage in 2019 and in 2023, and they could have said, look, we don't agree with everything that goes on in our country, just like every person on the planet doesn't agree with everything that goes on in their country. But you know what the lesson of the Women's World Cup is, Megan, overwhelmingly? You can almost pick the winner of every women's soccer match in the world just by ranking the countries on how much they allow women to have basic human rights. And this is the story that I think would have been really compelling for the US women to share. Hey, the reason why we kick ass.
Okay, anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it right there because they keep going on for quite a while. This is weird. I can't believe a woman who made millions playing other women wants other women to play against men. That means they're not going to get half the opportunities you got. It's not fair. It's just not right. But then, we're living in a crazy world nowadays, aren't we? So, nothing really surprises me anymore. With that being said, thank you guys. Please subscribe, share this video, comment. Let's help the algorithms select this video, please. Let's push this channel up. I've got so much content coming for you guys. Trust me, it's gonna be fun and it's gonna be liberating and it's gonna be exciting. So please support this channel. Thank you and one love.